So today I'm going to share how to buy boring businesses and at least 3x profits using AI. Now, if you don't know me, 15 years ago, I made a weird investment and basically changed my life. Everyone else around me was chasing trends like crypto, stocks, real estate, but the wealthiest people I knew were buying small, boring businesses. And fast forward to today, I've supported more than $1 billion worth of acquisitions in acquisitions.com. And now there's a massive new wave that I think everyone can't ignore anymore, which is everything related to what we call AI-powered acquisitions and roll-ups, which is the idea that you can buy boring businesses at a fair price from motivated sellers, baby boomers who look to retire, billions is going to change hands in the next few years. You're going to plug in AI into those businesses and you're going to basically create 30 to 50% margin boost, right? So you buy boring business, you plug in AI, that plus that equal big returns, right? And I'm telling you, like, it's much better than crypto, real estate, stocks. Like, I'm seeing it again and again every single day right now. I have VCs coming to me asking me for deals, and it's just so trendy that if you are not riding that wave, you're just missing out. So how do you do this? This is what I'm going to discuss in today's video. It's got to start with picking the right sector. So how do you pick the right sector? It comes down to a few things, like choosing a sector that have some recurring revenue, ideally fragmented industries, and have low technology involvement in there. So another suggestion is to go deep, not wide, which means that pick a vertical, pick a sector, and commit for at least the next 12 weeks because you're going to have a learning curve about the sector. If you've never been involved in a sector, you need to learn about terms, about numbers, about different comparables of what a profit and loss statement looks like on average on those deals. Some of the best sectors I've seen lately to do those and work on those strategies or strategies like home service or HVAC, plumbing, roofing, dental clinics or clinics in general, agencies, service businesses, also e-commerce, and maybe light B2B SaaS. There's a lot of like vertical SaaS that are working with boring businesses that are not fully implemented as far as AI. Going to be more expensive to buy them, but very interesting. I suggest you to avoid heavy regulation sectors, one-man shows, and I don't know, I like to call them hero founders. So, how do you find it? Look at recurring businesses and think, hey, is this a business that is difficult to understand? Is it complex or not? Like, for example, I don't know, landscaping. It's probably an easy business, right? You don't need to have a, I don't know, a degree, a law degree to have a landscaping company. I'm sure you could find a lot of people to help you if needed. You can learn from the seller. You can have employees that helps you. So pick something that you be comfortable being around. After you pick the sector for at least the next 12 weeks, again, you can change the sector after 12 weeks, but stay focused for at least a bit. Show yourself that you can stay focused. I like to tell people sometimes, hey, go and be a sector agnostic acquisition person, but it's just so much better to just be focused. Again, 12 weeks, like at least just so you have some positioning, some simple websites, so you're not sending people email from your Gmail and it looks spammy, right? Simple things, look good, and go and stay focused. But after you have that baseline, you need a deal flow machine. Deal flow, in the end of the day, is the lifeblood of acquisitions. If you don't have deal flow, you don't have an acquisition target, you will not have a business. The ways that I like to do it and get in front of deals is use outbound strategies. So it's basically sending emails, LinkedIn. So we use lots of softwares out there. We like Apollo, we like Instantly. We like different softwares for LinkedIn. We like to use brokers. We built a massive network of brokers that at this point send us deals before anyone else. By the way, let me know in the comments below if that would be helpful. We're thinking about basically pushing to our list, to our people who are in our waiting list, whatever you want to call it in the database, of 500, between 100 to 500 deals every month of brokers. They send us deals before anyone else. So if something like that would be valuable and you'd be open to pay, I don't know, 50, $100 a month, let me know. We might do something like that to basically have some goodwill in the market, bring some value in the market. So if it will, let me know in the comments if something like that would be valuable. So we have outbound strategies. And for us at this point, we have inbound. So we have people come to us from the newsletter, from ads, from LinkedIn. from social media, from referrals, etc., etc. And just talk to your people. Tell them, hey, I'm looking to buy a business in whatever HVAC sector. And if you can be even more focused on the city, even better. Not a must, but it's up to you. And start to track your work, right? What you track is what you measure is what get measured get accomplished, right? So track things, have a CRM, or even start with some kind of a Google sheet and expect to have at least 100 conversations to close one deal. You might do it faster, but have an expectation to have one proper conversation so you will not be sad if you talk to three people and you didn't close the deal, right? Sometimes it's numbers game and most people just don't do enough volume. So you need to build some kind of a funnel. You need to have leads, you need to screen people and filter them, you need to make offers and yeah, start to have conversations, sign NDAs, get those information memorandums and send offers. That's your goal from this step, which moves me to the next step. I think it's step three now, which is all about understanding deal analysis and capital stack. So what that means, it means that you want to filter things as soon as possible. Things like how involved the owner is, what's the quality of revenue, is it coming from one client or 100 clients? Uh, Having some clarity about the EBITDA, the pre-tax profit or SDE, understand if there's any major customer or supplier risk. And as far as capital stack, those are some of the basic stuff that I just mentioned to analyze the deal to see, hey, do I even want to get close to the deal and make an offer? And capital stack is kind of like how we finance a deal. So usually from on most deals, like 80% of the deals that I see, they raise between 70 to 80% from a bank, like some kind of a debt financing, can be SBA, conventional, etc., etc. We have lots of those institutions that we work with that we introduce to our clients, and then they take them seriously, right? If we introduce you to a banker and we tell them, hey, this is our guys from acquisitions.com, we went through our process, etc., etc., they'll take you more seriously. So 70, 80% from a bank, 10, 20% or so from seller financing, and the difference is in equity. So equity is basically you going out there and either putting money from home, or we have like, I think like 12 ways of getting equity from people, even if it's from investors in our network. So when we have a clients go to our accelerator, we have database of thousands of individuals that raised their hand and said, I'm interested in looking and passively investing in deals. So when you have a deal under an LOI, we introduce you into a campaign to our investors, to our bankers, to everyone to help you. And sometimes you just need 50, $100,000 from few people and you can close a multi-million dollar deal. So we help with that. You can go in, talk to your competitor executives. They might be your investor and someone to help you run the business. You can talk to suppliers and tell them, hey, let's have a negotiation on your debt to the business and let me bring you as an investor in the business I'm buying. Lots of different ways to get equity, that 5, 10% that you need to raise to close on the deal, that most of it is being financed from bank or from seller financing. Seller financing is basically the seller saying, let me help you finance the acquisition from the business cash flow over time. And your goal, obviously, if you can get the little to no capital from home, even better, right? Can you get the seller to stay for at least short term and help you in the transition? And can you at least make sure that the key team is being retained, at least the executives, to help you operate the business? So you need to be aware of those things. Now let's talk about what we do. And by the way, we introduce you to people to help you close the deal as far as last proper due diligence, agreements, and whatnot, all the legal. So we have tons of awesome discounts with people in our network that can really help you close deals fast. All right, let's move to the next step. What do we do after we close the deal? This is kind of like something I wanted to talk about today. So let's talk about some of the things you could do. Right, phase number one, let's say days between like the first 10 days. You want to start mapping kind of like everything in the business, right? Where do you get leads from? Where do you get and how good are you able to convert those leads into sales? How well do you deliver and what's the process to deliver? And how do you get cash and continue the cycle? Start to look at SOPs. Like, do you have any standard operation procedures? Do you have logins for everything? Do you have, or can you start having call recordings if it's online with the sales team? Do you have KPIs, right? KPIs for your sales teams, right? If it's show up rate, closing rate, the job cycle time, the NPS score, different things like that. Like have some kind of a dashboard. And no matter what AI you're going to have without a KPI, like it's not going to help, right? So you got to have, first of all, some kind of a metric that you want to aim to, and then bring in automations with AI. And I'll mention that of what that looks like. And there are basically, you could say pillars of growth in the business. So it's leads, it's set, it's close, right? So let's talk about getting leads, right? What you can do with AI nowadays that we started to do is launch AI generated ads. So you can create AI UGC with real human being, animated human beings. Yeah, just email me, moran@acquisitions.com if you need help with doing some of those stuff. If you spend a lot of money on ads, we could probably save you at this point on your CPM a lot of money. So if you need help with that, let me know. But you could use for any business you buy or your existing business, you can create dozens of ads nowadays with AI and even create dynamic landing pages to automate, to auto optimize your funnels and reduce your cost of acquisition. Plus, nowadays with AI, you can auto qualify. You can have a short form. You can qualify and filter people based on depends on who the client that you want. A lot of cool things like that you do that we do. Have videos before the call to make sure that people show up on the call. They're more prepared to have some kind of reminders with AI, if it's SMS, emails. We even have AI that's calling people after they opt in for, let's say, a sales call. We have an AI that can call them and prepare them for the call, remind them about the call, or if they just opt in but they didn't book a call, we can have an AI calling them to help them book a call. So a lot of cool things that before that until now cost a lot of money. Now you can have an AI calling everyone, creating content nonstop, and just reducing your cost to get a client. Because nowadays the cost of advertising got increased over time, and with AI you can do a lot of cool things to make sure that you get leads at a cheaper price. Plus, treat every lead with respect because you have AI following up again and again. After that, so we talked about the process, okay, getting ads, having content, calling them and treating every lead very carefully. And then, of course, you could help a lot with AI as far as closing deals. So you can record calls, you can have transcriptions, you can have AI help you find objections, rewrite scripts, have follow-ups, reminders, auto-generate proposals if needed, right? A lot of cool things like follow-up drips with AI that are very personalized, a lot of cool things that you could do. And if you're not doing, you're just not going to make as much profit. Literally just those things I just mentioned, if you're going to implement them in pretty much any local service business or a lot of pretty much any business can help a lot as far as improving profitability and yeah, helping you increase the enterprise value of the business that you just bought. Um, yeah, a lot of short form content nowadays working really well, right? Like creating daily shorts, reels, TikToks, leveraging sub accounts on different channels, have advertising ideations, Slack dashboard. Um, anyway, lots of cool things you can do. In e-commerce, I've seen businesses that have customer success to help lower refunds, faster replies. You can have upsell flows and have different AI nudges. Um, you can have live stream with an AI character at this point to answer questions and support with getting more sales. You can build a digital brand ambassador, right? You can, yeah, just help a character, an AI character, become the face across YouTube, email, onboarding content, and really help with scaling things. Like I've seen companies right now that we supported doing like 100 pieces of content a day that are auto posted on all social channels with the help of AI. So if you're not using those things, you're just missing out. Back office, right? You can have a lot of back office to help with receivables, with payables, invoice reminders, get weekly recap on P&L, daily P&L, daily cash flow situations. You can have AI to help with job postings, with interviewing, SOPs, of course, right? Procedures. A lot of legal can be supported with AI. So if you get agreements, you can get policies or read agreements with AI. So yeah, so the goal is basically as you go into a company and you have some kind of a dashboard and KPI dashboard, the goal, what is the goal in any business is to lower CAC, which is cost of acquiring customer, basically, um, increase profit margin, and doing all those things. I mean, you can take a business that's doing 100,000 in EBITDA, get it very fast to, like just 20, 30% on that can increase like overall enterprise value by hundreds of thousands or millions very, very fast. Like within 3 to 6 months, you can make major changes in the business and increase the enterprise value of it. So maybe I overwhelmed right now some people, but so I think keep it simple. Don't roll out like 10 tools at once with AI. Don't automate what you haven't mapped out and have a KPI to target towards. And don't forget things like compliance, brand tone, and just overall having human in the loop, at least initially, because confused people never take action. Confused teams, yeah, they're just going to ghost whatever tools you're going to give them. Some things that I've seen working really well, like I'll just give you a few quick tips. In HVAC, just having AI, having a missed call return, like returning calls, having a quote bot, having a service plan upsell, dental, same AI call, no-show reduction. Um, Media buyers, I think, could be beneficial to, or ads or organic content for any business. Customer success bot, all those things can work really, really well. Anyway, so to finalize this, pick a sector, build your deal flow machine, analyze the deal, and create a structure to finance it, and then plug in AI after you acquire the business. This is the new wealth code, guys. It's the same leverage, new tools. You don't need more hustle, you need ownership in a business. And this is probably the biggest opportunity of our lifetime to go to those businesses, implement AI in them. And yeah, hopefully this video or anything else will help you in your journey to buy a business or a few of them and then improve their profits. If you need our help, if you want our help finding deals, help you set up off market, help you see deals from our broker network before we share them with anyone else, help you analyze deals, help you make offers, help you get introduction to banks, help you get introductions to investors, help you get introductions to lawyers on a discount base to close on deals, and of course support you post deal with that implementation of AI. I invested in a company right now that does a lot of those things. So we have a lot of great synergies to support businesses in the acquisition and of course the implementation of AI and increasing of profit and enterprise value. And then of course you can come to us at acquisitions.com and we can help you sell. So we have the full 360 ecosystem to help you in the process. Hopefully this was valuable to you today. If it is, let me know below and I appreciate you. Take care and I'll see you next time.